Hey guys, Ken Stable here. I'm going to go through a series of prehab and warm-up techniques that I use in my workouts and I think my clients do when they come. We're going to go through a lot of information in a short amount of time, so this video is not an hour long. But basically we're going to start with self-myofascial release techniques. And you don't do these every day. I kind of break them up on lower body days. I'll do my quads and my hamstrings and my hips. On sprinting days I'll do my feet. My hips again, because that's a problematic area for me. And then on upper body days, I'll spend more time on my shoulder and my traps and rhomboid areas, and I'll roll that stuff up my triceps. So we're gonna go through these techniques, and I would advise splitting them up like that. Upper body day, do your upper body stuff, lower body day, do your lower body stuff. And any areas that you're extra tight in, you spend a little extra time if you have it at night. So before you go to bed, maybe roll it out again. And eventually over time, things will loosen up for you. So we're going to start off. I use the PVC pipe for my legs and my body because I've progressed. So like anything else in fitness, you want to progress. You don't want to go straight to the PVC pipe because if you have a painful IT band, which a lot of people do, it's going to be too painful and you're not going to do it. So you start with a softer foam roller, and then when that gets too light and not intense enough, then you can progress to the PVC pipe. Same thing when I get to the ball. I use a lacrosse ball, start off with a tennis ball. So right now we're going to go through a whole bunch of techniques real quick, just so you can see how they look and how to do them, and you can create your own little prehab program as you see fit. So right now we're going to hit the quads. I'm going to lay on it, use my forearms to propel me forward and back. I go down to my kneecaps, and I roll back down to my hips, back and forth. Sometimes I like to do a little leaning, lean to one side, lean to the other side. Any spot you feel extra little pain, you want to try to hit that area a little bit harder. That might be an adhesion or a scar tissue. And then the same thing, you want to hit the IT band. Remember, the IT band runs from the hip down across the lateral side of the leg in front of the knee. So you're going to want to cross this over for stabilization. Roll up and down that. Anytime you feel a little spot, like right there, I do a little extra mini roll. Then you also want to hit it going the full length. Try to lengthen that tendon out. And then also the hamstrings. So this one you start by lifting yourself up off the ground, rolling up and down up to the glutes, back down to the behind the knee. If that's not intense enough for you, you can cross one leg over, apply pressure, and do the rolling that way. I also like to hit my triceps. I've noticed my triceps have been neglected for a lot of time, so I've been spending a lot of time doing this. What you want to do is you want to place your arm so it's flat on the tricep, let it go down, and then manually apply the pressure as you roll, using your body for the weight, the leverage. And you want to hit the tricep in all the areas, right up underneath the elbow here. And you can also do this leaning in towards the medial tricep. And you can also hit the lats and the teres major. Again, you want to lay on it, right in the armpit area, extend your arm out, and just roll all the way up and down, stopping anytime you feel any painful areas, and giving it some mini rolls. So right in there, I got one right there. And then you want to, again, go the long ways, lengthen it out, back and forth, just using your hand, your feet, your knees, anything to get it done. So the PVC pipe or the foam roller provides a broad spectrum of pressure. So then when you want to pinpoint it, you grab a ball and you can hit. I like to grab my arm, isolate it, wedge it in there, lean on so there's pressure, and then dig in. That's isolation. That gets it real deep and it's real painful at first. You can also do it against the wall to start. It's a little less, you can control the pressure that way, but then you get right on the mat, the floor, and you can apply serious pressure to it and just dig it out. Again, you can also do this. This will be more intense on the triceps too, especially right underneath the elbow area. And then what I really like to do is, I used to have really tight hips, like I talked about before, all those little muscles in there. So I really like to wedge it right in that joint area, turn over, give the pressure, and just dig in, back and forth, just rolling right in those muscles I talked about. Tensor fascia lata, you know, gluteus medius, gluteus minimus. Get all up in there. And then the one that really used to hurt me was the piriformis. It doesn't hurt too much anymore since I started doing what we're going to do next is the hip circuit. But yeah, I still like to keep it loose. Once I got it loose, I don't want to ever have it tight again, so I just keep it nice and loose. Probably do this 3 times a week before my hurricanes, before my lower body day, before a sprint session. Just loosen that right up. Again, move to the tennis ball, soft roller to start with, then you can progress to the hard stuff. You know, you got your umber roller, this is, you know, this is little nodules, dig in there. It's good for some things, not for everything. Now we're going to go to the hip circuit. We're going to start with bridges. So, come down, you're going to bring your heels up close to your butt. You're going to plank upward, driving your heels into the ground, squeezing your glutes. Don't arch your back to get up there. That's no good. You want to stay flat in your core. Tight core, use your butt. Your butt muscles to squeeze up and down. Don't touch the ground on the way down. You go through a series of 7 to 10 of those, then switch. You got one-legged ones. You can straighten your leg out, you can bring it into your chest, or you can let it rest on your knee. Pull your leg out, drive up one-legged. Again, squeezing the glutes, activating the hamstrings. Then you're going to switch over, you're going to do fire hydrants. I'll show you from a few different views. From the front view, you want to be, your knees to be under your body, your hands to be under your shoulders. You don't want to be out here, you know, extended out like this. This is no good. You want to be in. Hands underneath you, stable base, and then boom, leg goes up. You want your leg nice and even, your foot even with your knee or even a little lower. You don't want to be like this. This is no good either. You want to be nice and straight. Bring it back a little past even. So when you come down, you're a little past even right here. You don't want to be way up here doing it either. You want to be right back in this plane of motion. Up and down. Squeezing those muscles that we just rolled out. Now they're nice and loose. The blood's flowing. Now we're going to strengthen them. Strengthening those muscles will give you extra weight onto your deadlift, onto your squat, really loosening and strengthening those hips up. Then we're going to go to fire hydrant. You can hold it up there for a few seconds. Frontward circle, driving into the arms, activating the obliques, and down. And again, I'm only going through a few reps of each, but you're going to do more than this. And down. I'm already breaking a sweat. That's the whole goal of the warm-up, sweating. You want to be activated, you want to be strong, you want to be ready for the work ahead. Next we're going to go backward circles. So we're going to go up and back and in, squeezing the abs. So now we're activating our obliques, our abs, our hips. I mean, the hip circuit is really effective for basically a general warm-up for everything, but I use it on lower body days, like I said earlier. Now we're going to go into a few shoulder stuff. Now, first you want to warm the shoulders up with rotations. So basically you're just going to go one arm, you're going to do the L. Up and down. Squeezing the muscles. Really good rotations. I do about 24 of these, 12 each way. Then I switch to this. One shoulder is rotated down, one shoulder rotated up, and you're just going to switch back and forth, full rotation. Remember, it's not about turning the hand, it's about rotating the shoulder. The shoulder joint rotates. Good. Alright, and after we do our rotations, I just grab some dumbbells. We go into the second phase of the shoulder warm-up. And I like to start with the open cup, which means thumb side pointed up, hold out into a V, arms about parallel to the ground, and basically you stabilize your scapula. So you're not lifting with your shoulders, you're lifting with your scapula. So the little adjustment. Most people hike their neck up. What you want to do is just want to relax your scapular muscles while maintaining this position in the air. You're going to hold that for as long as you can. And then after that one, you're going to move into scarecrows. So the humerus stays stable again. And you're just going to rotate back and forward. Again, you're not trying to kill yourself with these. You're not trying to like reach back as far as possible. You're just going your natural range of motion, strengthening those stabilizer muscles in the shoulder. Then you're going to go to internal external rotation. Arms at the sides, 90 degrees at the elbow, and you're going to externally rotate and then internally rotate back. I like to do about 15 of each of those, maybe go through 2 or 3 times. And after that, you'll feel a nice little, burn right back here is where you want to feel that mostly. You'll feel it through here for the open cup. But a lot of times too, you should feel it in your scapula. You want to feel that right in the shoulder girdle here, squeezing the whole time on the open cup. And then again, on the scarecrow, you're squeezing the scapular muscles and then rotating the shoulder. So you're working all those stabilizers back there. And that's that's really a good little warm-up. I mean, we went through it real quick, but on the hip circuit, you're doing 6 to 10 reps of those. You're holding each one for a few seconds. And again, there's a lot more in-depth exercise you can do, but to start out, just try with these ones. We'll come back and revisit this later and I'll show you some more. So let me know how it goes for you. Really hit it hard. Remember, you're trying to hold each one. Hit good form, that's the key. You don't want to strengthen yourself with improper form. And you can let me know how that goes.